Hey everyone, it is Saturday, it's day 10 of Vlogust. It is a gorgeous day today, and I think it's almost 3:30 and I have no idea where today has gone. It has completely slipped through my fingers. I woke up a little bit late. I've been relaxing quite a bit and I've had zero direction. It's not for lack of ideas because there have been 10 million things in my head today that I thought I could possibly do, but I just walked into the kitchen and it was after 3 and I thought, there's no way. There's just no way I could possibly do half of what I was considering. I thought maybe today I would clean out my bedroom closet and do some organizing of like my bags, and I don't know. I might do that later tonight. That could be something to do after dinner, but it's kind of a big thing to start now, and if I'm not feeling like finishing it, it's gonna be a big mess. And we're going away tomorrow for one night, and I just wanna be sure that I'm not going to be coming home to a disaster. So I also wanted to do a big basement tidy up with everybody. I was gonna get the boys and go downstairs, pull things out that we could donate. There's been a few things that we've kind of pushed to the side to figure out what to do with, and I think it's time to just unload it and donate it. That's not gonna happen today. I wanted to do my cleaning today. I've given up on that, that's fine. I need to do my nails later, and another thing that I kind of got sidetracked with was I saw a photo this morning of the most delicious looking oatmeal chocolate chip cookie. And it wasn't just a regular cookie, it was like one of those cookies you get at a cafe that is big and the edges are kind of browned and crisp, but the inside looks super chewy. So I started to go through my cookbook shelf, searching for the perfect recipe, and I have no idea which one to do. So I think I might sit down and flip through those books and possibly pick one, maybe make them later tonight. I don't know. I'm not really sure what to do first, but I did want to give you a little update on my knitting, because after being a little bit disinterested in my other knitting projects, I decided to pick up a sock. I don't know if I shared the pattern for this when I shared it the other day, but this is the DK Weight vanilla sock pattern from Crazy Sock Lady Designs, who is Kay Litton, who we all love. I adore Kay. She has the best sock patterns, and I love this pattern. It is like a therapy knit for me, and it makes the most beautiful squishy sock. So I've just been working on the heel flap. I think I started it outside the other day, and then I just did a little bit this morning. So there's not much of my heel flap done just yet, but I think I've gotten into the groove of it. And I'm just going to work away on this until I feel like picking up my Love Note sweater again. I've had a couple of people comment over the last few months if I've been working on a sock. A couple of people have commented how they would love to knit socks, but they find it really intimidating. And I just wanted to share that I'm a good knitter, but I'm not the most like experienced knitter, or super advanced, I should say. I'm not the most advanced knitter. And I think socks can look intimidating, but they are really easy. And if you are looking for a pattern to try making socks with, I would strongly suggest this pattern. And I would highly recommend trying it with DK Weight yarn, because the needles are a little bit bigger, the yarn is a little bit easier to grab, and if you drop a stitch, it's not as difficult as when you're working with fingering weight. I feel like DK Weight socks are the way to go, and they knit up really quickly. So I would highly recommend the DK Weight Vanilla Sock Pattern from Crazy Sock Lady Designs. I also remember when I first got into sock knitting, watching some videos, and I think I watched some from Very Pink Knits, especially when it came to trying Magic Loop. I prefer doing my socks on DPNs. That's just my personal preference. I use the Knit Pro Zing ones, and I think these are 3.25 millimeter or US 3. I usually do my Advent socks in December on Magic Loop because I like to do 2 of them, and it's just a lot less to manage in a bag and just going back and forth. So anytime other than Advent sock knitting, I am pretty much on DPN needles. So I just wanted to mention that because it's a great pattern. It's really well written, easy to follow along with. I do the middle size, like the medium. I don't know what she calls them, but there are 3 sizes. There's like, I guess, a small, medium, large. I do the medium, and it's super easy. I also think it's a free pattern on Ravelry, so very, very good one. I think this is what I'm going to be bringing on our little road trip to Niagara Falls tomorrow. We're just going for the one night, so I don't think I need to bring too much because most of our time will be walking around and then going out to eat. So I feel like this will just be car knitting and hotel knitting for that one night, or maybe in the morning. And I'm not sure if I should throw in a second project in here. I might, just in case I don't feel like working on this, but I feel like this is gonna go pretty quickly. Once I get this heel going, turn the heel, do the gusset, the foot will fly off my needles. If I was really, if I applied myself, I could finish this by the time we get home on Monday. It would be very easy to do that. So maybe I'll make that a little goal. I don't know. We'll see. But I love this basket. I think it's the perfect basket to just bring in the car, and then I can also throw in like my headphones, my Kindle, whatever, right in this basket and keep it by my feet in the front seat. So I don't know what I'm going to do next. I think I'm actually going to flip through these books, see if there's a recipe that really appeals to me, and leave it in the kitchen. I don't know. I don't know what to do first. Do you ever do that where you just want to do too many things? I know my friend Christina tells me just pick one thing and do it. But I don't know. Maybe it's just a sign that I need a quiet day, and maybe I shouldn't start anything major. Might be nice to just enjoy the rest of the afternoon, sit down on the couch. I'm pretty sure the boys are in the room over there watching a movie. I could just go sit with them for a little bit, maybe knit. And if I feel like it tonight after dinner, I can make some cookies. I think that's all I'm gonna do today. So let me share some of these cookbooks and recipes with you first. I just walked by a clock. It is approaching 4 o'clock, so I will not be starting any big projects before dinner. Tonight, I am planning on making breaded veal cutlets, which is a family favorite of ours. And just breading them and frying them is a little bit time consuming, and so I want to leave enough time to do it without leaving a trail of disaster behind me, because if I am rushing food prep for dinner, I leave the worst mess. And I'm making like a double batch. I always make extra so that we can have veal sandwiches the next day, and it's going to work out perfectly because I can even make them and pack them for the road. So we won't be eating out constantly. It can be a little bit much to eat out breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And so I think it's just gonna be the perfect thing to make tonight. In the meantime, I thought I would share some of the cookbook inspiration I found today for the perfect oatmeal chocolate chip recipe. And I have a ton of cookbooks. a lot of them have some kind of a version of an oatmeal cookie in them, but I'm really looking for something a little bit special, like a wow cookie. So here are some of the ones that stood out to me. The first one is from Nantucket Open House Cookbook by Sarah Leah Chase. I've been sharing her books for so many years. She is like the OG East Coast Cape Cod cookbook author, caterer. I don't know, she's Ina, the Barefoot Contessa's inspiration, so that should tell you something. I love this book. I'm passionate about this book. And I flipped it open today and I saw that I purchased it when we were in Cape Cod in June of 2007. That was the first time we went there and we fell in love with it. James was a baby. Yeah, I love this book. So I knew that she would be someone that would probably have something. And sure enough, she has my grandmother's oatmeal cookies. And look at the first line. I am passionate about these cookies. Okay, I might be too. And I had already put a sticky note on these, but I've never made them. So I just put this yellow one on. That's, I think, my number one contender. I'm just gonna add chocolate chips to it, maybe a pinch of cinnamon because I don't think she has that. But I'm also considering from 100 Cookies by Sarah Kiefer. I found this one. And they're a variation, it's not even an oatmeal cookie, but I feel like this brown sugar cookie could be what I'm looking for too. So that's kind of a contender. I don't know, which reminds me, I haven't even taken my butter out, so I need to do that. Then I pulled out Mama the Cookbook by Elisa Marshall and Benjamin Sormont. I thought this would be the book. I really thought just the type of book this is the type of cookie that I want. And I don't know, but this could be it. This looks like it. This one is for the vanilla oatmeal raisin cookie. I think I will just substitute chocolate chips for the raisins, but that looks like a cafe or bakery cookie, and that's kind of what I'm looking for. Then I pulled out this book, but I couldn't find anything. I thought for sure this would be that like over the top oatmeal chocolate chip cookie, but there isn't a basic cookie in here like that. At least I don't think there was. I might have to do another look, but this book, which is called Milk Bar, All About Cookies, has a lot of really fun cookies. There's some with cornflakes, potato chips, fruity pebbles, lots of bars, lots of fun stuff. But I couldn't find like that classic cookie that I'm looking for. So I think this one will go back on the shelf, and I am just going to decide between this one and this one. I don't know. It's a hard decision to make. Decisions have been made. I've chosen this recipe for vanilla oatmeal raisin cookies from this book. I'll use chocolate chips instead of the raisins. I think they look the most like what I had in my mind for this kind of cookie, but I've decided not to make them today or tonight. I was just chatting with the boys about our trip tomorrow. We will be spending the day on the American side, just doing shopping, and every time we go there, it's become a tradition to visit Crumble Cookies and get a selection of cookies there. And so the boys were just pointing out, what's the point in making these cookies and bringing them if we're going to Crumble Cookie anyway? So I think they're right. I'm gonna save myself the trouble for today, but I'm gonna leave this book here. I'm gonna leave it open in the dining room because it will remind me when we get back to take the butter out on Monday night. And then maybe Tuesday morning, I will just make a batch of cookies and we will have delicious cookies for the week ahead, which makes a lot more sense. And today I can just enjoy a little bit more quiet time. I have dinner to start in a few minutes. And then this evening I can just get my bag ready for tomorrow and sit down and maybe knit, watch a movie with the boys, and relax.